Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one, aka the idiot Dave Coco, and joined by me, barely ever, Sammy Sinister, and both of us barely ever have free time. This is the first time broadcasting in my new house.
Look at it. Look at all that room. Look at them sexy ass legs.
My broadcast room is bigger than my old house. Coming back. Let me tell you something, folks. It's great to be back. And we're losing the virginity. We're ready. Are you ready for the noise complaints in the new house? Anyway, I can't wait. Sammy, it's been a while. You got married.
I did get married.
I got a house. I got a bird.
What kind of bird?
Changing. But the most important thing is pro wrestling is changing. Change the world. Changing the world. There we go.
Let's hope so. I can keep up with this shit.
I'm gonna let you talk in a second, Sam. I'm just saying we're going old school. Win, loss, or tie. Win and
win.
Hope.
Let's win. This was I'm not going to go so far to say there was any match on tonight that was match of the like a match of the year quality thing, but every match was just fun. And even my wife watched that. Mrs. Sinister, if you would. She watched it. It's like, yeah, I told her, I really enjoyed it. There really wasn't like a match of the year. She said, it doesn't matter. They were fun. And I went, you know what? You're goddamn right. It was fun as hell. Yeah. I told her, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It gave us hope. And it was one of those, hey, remember how we dreamed 10, 15 years ago if there was just one person who could do it right? That's it. Why can't we do pro wrestling right in America? Why? And AEW's like, hold my fucking beer. We're going to fucking do it.
So if they can keep this momentum, we're going to have some great things. And let's not be so rose-colored glasses, and we'll kind of get into it a little bit. Not everything was perfect last night by any stretch of the imagination. But, again, does it matter? It was fun. It was fucking fun. It was more fun than WrestleMania was. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I've been this excited was maybe Wrestle Kingdom 2 years ago.
That's what I was about to say, yeah.
About Wrestle Kingdom 2 years ago. And now, when's the last time you've been this excited in America?
Oh, God, shit. It's
Joe
been a minute, man.
Kurt Angle that went nowhere.
Yeah.
W one night stand.
And there's a lot of people that are like, you're like, it wasn't that bad, but you're only liking it because it's something different than WWE, which I have two things to say to that. A, no fucking shit. We have another choice. Of course we're going to be excited about it. Why shouldn't we be excited about it? I don't even remember what the second point was. Why not be fucking excited about it? Yeah, we've got something else. And I hope this makes WWE better. I'm not shitting on WWE. I hope it gets good again. It makes me want to go, fuck, I need to watch that.
I can't. I literally can't. And here's the difference. I remember I worked like 2-3 full-time jobs. And I know when I turn on the WWE Network and try to watch the Royal Rumble and try to watch WrestleMania, I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And I just let it play in the background. What does it fucking even matter? Here, I was dead tired. I was like, you know what? I'm pausing before the main event. I want to actually be awake and watch this. I know it's something silly, but that's a huge thing as a fan. Like, it's not just background noise. And here, we don't like the WWE product. The product is different. Wow, you figured that on your own, WWE fanboys, that we like it? What a good little puppy. Here's a Scooby snack. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I think I told y'all last night after first watching it, because I finished watching it before all of y'all did, that I've been, like, my wrestling entertainment engine has been just no fuel in the tank for since Mania. The last 3 months. I've had nothing. I can't get excited. I got excited about wrestling again.
Hey, I got excited. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, oh man, I have more free time to do streams. I have more free time to talk pro wrestling. I try to get back into WWE. It's impossible. I watch NXT 3 months too late, so you can't really review that. And in New Japan, they have so many, what do I call them? I'm going to steal a word from my son. Noobs. Like, for real. Oh, God, dude. If I get fucking... Dude, The fan base ruined ECW. The fan base ruined TNA. Don't do this to New Japan.
It's gonna happen, man.
Don't do it to New Japan. Listen, but besides that, like I've literally checked in on New Japan to watch the big matches in the main event. Like I haven't watched the first half of a New Japan show in a really long time. Like got an 8-man tag. Some guy on Wikipedia is going to tell me why it's important. I know nothing about New Japan, even though they've never been to a fucking New Japan event 4 years ago.
Yeah, right. Or that guy on Reddit that knows every wrestler that's ever wrestled in every promotion.
Yeah, but I've checked in with Okada, and usually I wait till someone blows up, and then but New Japan, I love you. I think to this day, I might be the only one who says this. Jay White, one of the biggest mistakes in the modern era. But
I mean, different podcasts on that one. We'll table that one for
not that I have a reputation. Like that's all people know about me now. They're like, there's a guy that doesn't like Jay White. Get him. He doesn't even read the Wikipedia page.
Okay, here you go. Got a question for you, real quick, and then we'll start breaking down this card because I know we're both on limited time.
Yeah,
you've got one company. It is Koco Professional Wrestling.
All right, got it.
AEW. You've got to push one of these up-and-coming guys to be your next big star. Jay White or Adam Page?
This is tough. This is really tough. It's Adam Page without a doubt.
Okay.
But it's also tough because I'm not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Adam Page better not win the fucking title.
You don't think so?
No. Without a doubt.
Jericho?
Your title becomes instantly worthless when you put it on him.
Why do you say that?
Because a title, and now I'm romantic about titles.
Agreed. And they've said that wins and losses are going to matter, which makes the titles matter more.
The best wrestler in the company, the most over wrestler in the company, heel or face, needs to be champion. If fucking Cowboy Bob Orton, yeah, dude, great. You sell t-shirts and you're friends with famous people. The reality is you're not the best wrestler in the company. The reality is you're not the biggest star in the company. The reality is you win that title, you make the title completely worthless overnight. Now, I know I'm in the minority. I know because fucking, Wikipedia, Jay White, and fuck you.
Well, I mean, I totally get where you're coming from. I don't think I necessarily agree because I think Jericho is smart enough and good enough inside and out of the ring that people will leave that match going, yeah, Adam Page is AEW. And then he can just take it from fucking Adam Page in a week or two. But I totally get where you're coming from. If you're going to have the most popular guy, Jericho, sorry, Kenny fans, Jericho's the most over person they have right now.
And if you go most
you know I'm a Jericho fanboy. Like, I'm hardcore Jericho.
Well, here's the thing. I think there's, just like in New Japan, there's 3 legit options, and then there's a pity title run. If you go popularity, you go Jericho. If you go talent, you go Omega. If you go the combination route of popularity and talent, you go Moxley. Anything else is a waste of time. New Japan, if you go Okada, Ibushi, or Naito, I'm okay. Anything else is a waste of time. Fucking title should matter. Title should matter.
I agree. But in defense of that, and then we'll start breaking down this card, I think you can still put it on Page and make it matter. But let's table that discussion. Let's have that discussion another night. Let's talk about this kick-ass card that we watched.
All right, we're going to break down the card. We'll be going to live comments. We got a couple new guys here. Let me just go through them real quick, all right? Because I hate to ignore the thing. Andy Paps is laying up the chat. Andy Paps, we love you. He says you were talking with Sammy on Facebook.
Yep, we were talking like right after it aired.
Javier Olmos, that 6-woman match was awesome. I do not watch much Yoshi wrestling. That's nothing. That's the tip of the iceberg if you thought that was good. And in this match, I just do Aja Khan, but all those girls are awesome. Clayton Davis, Coco ratio is based off how much Jay White he sees. There's a little bit of truth to that, sir. There's a little bit of truth. Just mess around. Thanks for the great content. Hopefully I'll make more, man. I love Hangman. Appreciate it. I don't know why I'm just saying appreciate it. I love Hangman. Appreciate it. Thank you. MJF is probably the best heel they have after Jericho.
Oh, for sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Jericho's the right choice while building to Hangman later. I don't even put Hangman in the conversation. No, I know it sounds unpopular. Hello, Dave, Koco and Sammy. Put the belt on MJF. You see, there's the thing. Brontosaurus, I don't know if he's being serious. I'd rather have MJF's champion than Page.
I disagree, but you know, we're also basing a lot off of one show. A fantastic show, but one show. We got a lot of building up to do to this still.
See, I don't know. I still count All In as part of them. I know.
Okay, that's fair, and that's fair.
Regulations, but there's all right. I just want to put a disclaimer for how much, and this is a very unpopular opinion. For no matter how much I hate Jay White, there's someone on this show I hate more, and I might make fun of him a little too much.
On the show last night?
Yeah, Double or Nothing.
Really?
I am in the minority. I am the only one. But when you have an opinion that sticks out like a sore thumb, you gotta step up.
I wonder if it's the same person. Because there's one person on the show I hate too. But okay, so you ready to break down this bad boy?
Jim Ross. We're ready to break
Jim
it
Ross.
down.
No. I'm with you. This was one of the few, and I don't hate Jay, or at least I used to not hate Jay Ross. That was one of the only problems I had with this show was the commentary was pretty piss poor. And I'll give them some salt. Like I will give them a lot of leeway that they're going to have to learn how to work together. But honestly, I would still rather have Matt Striker. Good Lord, my Alabama came out. I would rather have Matt Striker than Jim Ross.
Matt Striker who tries. Matt Striker that mails it in is pretty shitty.
Agreed. But I would still rather have Matt Striker.
If you're going to sign Matt Striker, just pull him aside and be like, dude, listen, you have to try. You can't just show up.
I will take him not trying over JR mumbling.
Nah, that's a good point. All right. Going by, I'm just going to do the pre-show real quick. Adam Page won by eliminating MJF.
That is how you do a battle royal.
That
battle royal was fantastic. It wasn't just a bunch of guys kicking and punching one another. It got everybody in that ring a chance to show what they're about, show their character, show some of their moves. And I still think Adam Page was the right person to win that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a fantastic battle royal.
Yeah. Kip Sabian, I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name, defeated Sammy. I'm definitely going to mispronounce his name, even though I've known him for years.
Guevara, Sammy Guevara. Panda Boy, as Mrs. Sinister calls him.
Yeah. I actually did not watch this match because
I was grilling it.
I watched the pre-show Rumble, and I didn't watch live, and I didn't know there was another match. So I'm going to hot tag deal. I'm like, all right, the pre-show Rumble's up. Let's just skip to the main card. I didn't watch live. Whoopsie. So hot tag to you. Was it a big whoopsie or a small whoopsie missing this match?
It's good. Like you didn't really miss anything. It was a solid B+ match for sure. It's worth going back and watching, but as far as like the overall experience of Double or Nothing, nah, you really didn't miss anything.
Gotcha. All right, so the official show starts off. You got SoCal Uncensored, SCU, defeating the Stronghearts. I am pretty sure Jim Ross has no idea who anyone is.
Nobody. I don't think he did any research going into this entire event. He was like, oh, Jericho, I've worked with him before. I know him.
Yeah. I don't want this to be a Jim Ross bashing show, but overall, I liked it. I'm a big fan of the Stronghearts. I'm a big fan of the Cruiserweight style. Man, did they just focus on age? They're like, did you know Christopher Daniels is 476 years old? That means he went to kindergarten when he was 8. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, commentary?
The commentary's got to work.
They don't know where these wrestlers are from. They're like, China, right? I'm just going to keep saying China. They look very Chinese. Like they
look somewhat Oriental. And this is the first time I'd seen the Stronghearts. They were damn good. They were really, really good. And where has this SCU been for the last 2 years? These brutal bets showing these young guys like, hey. And there were some problems with this match. Don't get me wrong. Some of the timing, and it got a little muddied in a couple of parts, but you could really see the SCU was like, okay, slow it down. Do this. Otherwise, it was fucking fun as hell.
Yeah, I know that, but like we have an ongoing joke on this podcast that Christopher Daniels, rest in peace. He has come back. Christopher Daniels has risen. one of those fools that thought Christopher Daniels was better than AJ Styles in their prime. I got to watch Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles wrestle Wildside, IPW, NWA Florida, back when they were indies. I got to see him in XWF. I got to see him in TNA before, the Dixie Carter era. But I was always, Christopher Daniels better than AJ Styles. Then, rest in peace. He passed away. I mean, he still showed up for his paydays, but he was gone. His soul was gone. Christopher Daniels rose to save us. Yeah. Thank you, fallen angel.
I got to meet him on. I'm going to talk about the Jericho cruise several times throughout this because any chance I have to talk about that cruise, I will use, even though it happened like 9 months ago. Very nice, cool dude.
If we ever become rich and famous, I want to pay you just to be the Chris Jericho cruise expert
all day long.
Now to Sammy, the Chris Jericho cruise expert. What's your opinion, sir?
It is just me, just like drunk as shit in a pool at 9 a.m.
Perfect. So
I'm drinking my gas. Anyway, he was. I got to meet him there. A really cool cat. He's a very humble dude. Frankie Kazarian's wife's a total twat, by the way. Neither here nor there. But probably one of my favorite matches of the entire cruise. It wasn't one of the big built-up matches. Was Christopher Daniels versus Ashley Remington. So Dalton Kessel busted out the old Ashley Remington gimmick, and it was awesome.
Nice. Great way to start it. Then you got Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, Kylie Ray. I'm totally slaughtering this up. And then Brandy Rhodes came out, and I thought she was pulling a Stephanie McMahon. I thought she was like, all right, fucking A. All right, we got Stephanie McMahon Jr. over here. Yeah. And then, she's like, it's got to be awesome. I kid you not. While watching this show in this empty-ass house by myself, I was like, can you imagine if she got Awesome Kong and then Awesome Kong came out? And like when you're by yourself in a house and yet you're still fucking clapping, that's a moment. I was just like, bravo. That and fuck you, Jim Ross. Put her over, you bitch. Yeah, where are you? PR. Oh, I love being politically correct. Follow me on Twitter. Where are you? Jim Ross, put her over, bitch. Put her over, bitch. What was your thoughts on the match?
It was solid. This was the first time I've seen a lot of these, or 3 of these ladies really wrestle. I was really surprised with Kylie Ray, and every mark in the world is going to get mad at me and be like, well, she's not really Bayley. But if you watch her and don't make Bayley comparisons, then you're fucking stupid. But she was really, really good. Britt Baker did a lot better than I really kind of expected her to. I'd seen her here and there, wasn't terribly impressed. She really shined tonight. Awesome Kong really didn't quite get the heat that I think she could have got. But again, a really solid early outing for the women. So we'll say it's a B for me. A solid B match.
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed it a lot. I think Awesome Kong was an awesome surprise.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. And the girls really busted ass. And here's the thing. From top to bottom, it does remind me of a New Japan show. It does remind you of a Japanese show. It does remind you of a company that's trying. Because even if you were like, oh, this match wasn't perfect, they were putting their all into those matches.
Oh, absolutely.
And I miss that in pro wrestling, where show me a WWE pay-per-view from top to bottom, everyone's putting their all in.
Oh, fuck no, man. Not in 15 years.
Yeah. So there we go. Britt Baker does win. And Jim Ross, you don't have to throw the lady under the bus. He's like, oh, where I come from, that's just a dentist. Fucking I hate
Jim Ross. You have made me hate Jim Ross.
He's
already 3-year friendship.
Fucking is part of this company is fucking the worst part of fucking life right now. He's everything that fucking AEW stands against. He's literally everything. He's a piece of fucking shit, but yet he gets a pass somehow. How? But, I can't fucking come on here and be like, oh, man, I fucking say fuck a lot without the Twitter universe being like, you're a bad person. Let's ruin his life. But this guy literally ruined lives by being a piece of shit. He literally ruined the sport we love by being a piece of shit. Then starts his own podcast like, hey, guys, I'm with you. You were never with us. You were never with us. Go ahead.
I'll never forgive him for giving Lucha Underground spoilers.
Well, that also, like, I would love, hello, all you fucking, how do I say this? Dick wankers that fucking get interviews and wank them off. Ask them, what was your exact quote of Awesome Kong's first tryout? What did you tell Awesome Kong before she became a star in TNA? Why don't you play that while she's entering to the fucking ring, you piece of shit? Moving on. Best Friends defeat Angelico and Jack Evans. I loved everything about this.
It was fun.
I enjoy tag team wrestling. I like the fact that they're putting it over. I like the fact that a lot of the Lucha Underground guys that we fell in love with are here. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
even though I hate Jack Evans.
It's the best of the vibe of ECW. It's the best of Lucha Underground. It's just fucking good. And it's about goddamn time we had something fucking good.
Again, at the end of the story, despite what I think even wrestlers and promoters and stuff, and everybody says, you're like, oh, it's not the wrestler, it's not your talent, it's your character. It's not your character, it's your talent. It's not that, it's the story. Honestly, to me, none of that matters. The only thing you need to do to be a successful professional wrestling company, and me and you have talked about this long ago, is to be fun. Because when professional wrestling is good, it is one of the best forms of entertainment in the world. I have watched matches with people that could give 3 dicks about human monster trucks grappling one another. But if it's good, they get invested.
And then we got a WWE 24/7 pop. The lights go out. I thought the announce team, we're shit on the announce team. I thought they did a great job there, And then the lights came back on, and it was the Super Smash Brothers. I think
Super Smash Brothers, I've never heard of.
Yeah, and it went over like a WWE promo.
It didn't do great, and in their defense, with a new company and new wrestlers, shit like that's going to happen. Maybe this wasn't the best way to introduce this tag team, even though I've kind of, went back and did some research and seen some of the buzz, which they've definitely got. Maybe put another tag team in this spot.
Poor bastards. It's like,
or even instead of having them lights go out and come back up and have all their minions, just have them rush the ring, and I think that would have done a little bit better. So somewhat booking mistake here. Not the end of the world by any means. Even though I hate Jack Evans, I love Angelico. The match itself, I think, was really, really solid. Trent Beretta still takes bumps that horrify me. That he's going to kill himself one day, and it scares me. But, yeah, I'm with you. It did not go over as well as it could have.
It went over as much as Mick Foley holding on that 24/7 title.
No, that thing was bad.
And then another that, but it was kind of like they didn't, like, it was the first show ever, so no one wanted to be rude. Like, and there's like that one Jakarva, and I feel bad for Excalibur because he's like, I know who they are. Like, I know you do, Excalibur. I'm sorry.
A lot of people have also been getting on to me because of how we're shitting on Jim Ross. I keep saying, like, the commentary team, and it wasn't. Sorry, guys. The commentary team was not good. They need to work. Excalibur did great. Like, he did okay, but that doesn't make up for everybody else.
I think Jim Ross is a horrible fucking human being, and I stand by that. I know I'm in the minority, but hold on. Sometimes when the whole world is telling you to move, you just fucking stand there and say, fuck you, Jim Ross sucks. All right? Sometimes a man has to stand up. A lot of people are like, oh. And, like, I love how, like, fucking, like, people, like, if you have an unpopular opinion, like, they, like, have a heart-to-heart with you. They're like, I thought we were friends. How could you not like Jay White? Like, motherfucker, we can still be friends. I just don't like Jim Ross. Not gonna fucking change. Jim Ross can. I'm gonna start a Jim Ross swear jar for you. So we're on a podcast, and every time you talk about JR and hating him or Jay White, you got to put a quarter in it. I'm gonna have like $35,000. Jim Ross is worse than John Cena. Jim Ross is worse than Roman Reigns. He's even worse than Jay White. I get emotional here, or I have a cold. One of the two. And then, what was Jim Ross's honest opinion about this next match? This is the Japanese female wrestling match, and I love the fact that it opened a lot of eyes. It reminded me of ECW with Lucha wrestling. It reminded me of, TNA with women's wrestling. It opened a lot of eyes. And a lot of people put this match over, and I said it earlier this is just a tip of the iceberg. There's so much great female wrestling out here in Japan.
I believe it. And you know what? Like, this match was fun. I'm not even going to attempt to say all these people's names because I would just butcher that poor language. As fun as it was, this was still probably the worst match on the show, and it was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. And I also like it I love when you watch a company and you learn something new. I'm a big fan of that. And I'm a big fan of blending it in. Like, you're like, oh man, like right now, my weakest aspect of pro wrestling knowledge is probably WWE or European wrestling. But unlike WWE, I actually want to learn about European wrestling. So if I'm watching a New Japan show and they put in a European title match, that interests me. Because then I'm like, oh, I can learn about something new. And I like when companies do that. And that's one thing I like about it. But yeah, Shida Abe, Musanami defeated Aja Kong, and Emi Sakura and Sakasaki. I totally slaughtered that name. But anyway, but yeah, that's why
What do people in this look like female Okada, by the way?
If you like women's wrestling and you're not a pervert, like, and you actually like it and it's great, it's just, yeah, they got some really great women's wrestling here in Japan. Some of the storylines are beyond stupid, and you got two types of fans. Let me just pre-warn you. If you go to these events, there's two types of fans. There's one fan who takes it way too fucking seriously, and he's just like, oh, you have to clap at 0.5 seconds or it's disrespectful. And you're like, dude, how long have you been in Japan? Like, I've been here for 9 minutes. Shut the fuck up. And then you have the other guys that are just like fucking zooming up their vaginas with cameras. But you're somewhere in between and like female pro wrestling. It's the best female pro wrestling in the world. And don't let fucking douchebag Wikipedia fans be like, you can't cheer at this time. You can't. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm glad it exposed the world. Because you got to remember, me, Sammy, Boom Boom, we're old. Wrestling Ranked, we're old fuckers.
Yeah, I turned 30 when I'm the baby.
Lucha wrestling was like this. We remember when cruiserweight wrestling was like this.
Oh yeah, I remember being like 6, 7 years old, or 7 or 8 years old, seeing like Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero for the first time, and going, "What is that?" Like this, because people don't realize it wasn't that long ago that Lucha really didn't come north of the border. Maybe mid '90s is when it really got popular. But I remember that, and Rey Mysterio is why I love Lucha Libre so much. But again, we digress.
All right, let's see. We got 3 more matches. They're the main events, but I'm going to go through live comments quickly. So we're taking a live comment break. He's better than you, and you know it. I guess you're talking about MJF. Excalibur was great at commentary. I kind of agree. I honestly think if JR wasn't there, it wouldn't be too bad. But I'm in the minority. You fuckers love him. Pac is no longer with the company. Yeah. SCU. Jim remembered Aja Kong. Yeah. WWE shouldn't worry. ROH should worry. I think so. ROH got to be panicking. Impact. And it's got, like, I think WWE should worry because they have the Fox deal. They have the ratings. They have TNT. Like, there's a lot going on that it's perking up on WWE's thing, radar. But with that said, yeah, ROH is just like, fuck, what do we do? TNA is just like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's like,
can you imagine if because honestly, AEW has the best tag team wrestling in a promotion right now. Can you imagine if they finally grabbed the Briscoes from Ring of Honor?
Yeah, and not only that, but also fucking ROH, Impact, even New Japan, and I love you, New Japan. Stop having the big wiener contest. They have the biggest wiener. At least go on their show so you can show off your wiener.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
Wrestling Nuts. Jay White, he's good in the ring than John Cena. I like Jay White as champion, no beef. All right, high five. I feel El Fantasmo is the Jay White of the junior division in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I honestly, this sounds bad. I've been to over 10 New Japan events live. I have the New Japan Network New Japan World. I watch it all the time. Literally, I'm thinking, he just doesn't exist. Like, I just turn my brain off. Like, people, like, the other day, Boo Boo was like, you should wrestle him in your Let's Play. KocoSports on Twitch, most important thing in the world. Be there. He's like, you should play. I'm like, I don't even think he's in the game. And he's like, I don't think I even downloaded him. And they're like, no, he's part of the original roster. I'm like, what? Like, it's just one of those guys. Literally, he's John Cena. I can't see him. Like, if there was like 4 New Japan guys, I'd be like, wow, there's 3 guys and a fan in a mask. Like, I don't. He's just invisible to me, and I don't know if that can't be a good thing, you know? Because, like, here's the thing. Gun to my head. Is he good? I don't know. I've only been to 10 shows and watched 20 of his matches. Why are you asking me if he's good or not? So I don't think that's a good sign.
Honestly, I've never seen him, so I couldn't say.
I've seen him 800 times. I still haven't seen him.
Yep.
I don't really follow New Japan, but is Jay White ready? I've heard some of his promos, and they sound so angsty and whiny. I hate Jay White, but I'm in. It's kind of like the big thing on this channel. I'm like, I don't like Jay White, and other people are like, I thought we were friends. Like, all right, this took a turn for the weird. Y2J is the next world champion, AEW, but like Adam Page winning. I'm a huge fan of championship belts should matter. And not only that, but if Page does win, and no offense to him, if he does win, a lot of this wins and losses, titles matter shit is kind of horse shit. You know? Damn, how you gonna bury JR though? I don't like him. Problem solved. He's not a good person. I mean, we live in an era. Like, if it was back in the 90s and we're like, oh, fucking, I don't give a shit, he's a scumbag, he's entertaining, then I would tip my hat to you and be like, all right, we don't care. But we live in 2019 where everyone's like, you gotta be perfect all the time. And no. I think the all-out main event should be Undertaker versus Kane in a Braun Panties match. Ricky, you get me every time.
Jesus.
It never gets old. The majority of Lucha Underground guys are on Impact. All right, I got to watch more Impact. There's a list of guys. All right, we're going to come back to Duke Togo 13. He's got a Lupin the Third fucking thing. High five. Lupin the Third! That's why I have sideburns. True story. Anyway. Are we ready? Let's talk last matches, then we'll get it, because I know we have to leave soon.
Yeah, we unfortunately, guys, are on a tight schedule on this one.
All right. Cody with Brandy Rhodes. I love that they can't use Rhodes, but they always do that. Defeated Dustin Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, the more I think about it, cut the greatest fucking promo of all time. It's such a great promo.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Punks.
This match, I think, was the perfect reflection of that promo. This is probably the best Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes match that either one of them have ever had. This match was amazing. It was better than it deserved to be, honestly. I expected them to go out there and do good. I expected good Rhodes family style. Yeah, like, I enjoyed that match. I got something I was on the edge of my seat for. I loved it. And then Mrs. Sinister cried at the very end of it. So that always helps. Legit cry. Real tears.
Yeah. To me, it was the best storytelling possible. There was a lot of blood. It was just a great story. Not only that, but Dustin Rhodes is 50.
Old-ass man shouldn't be doing.
And not only that, but, like, it's just a big fuck you. It's like WWE didn't want that to be in a main event. WWE didn't, not even a main event, didn't want it to be a WrestleMania match. I look at it, it's such a big fuck you. And I normally don't respond to Twitter. Like, you remember in the beginning, he crushes the hammer.
It's probably one of the only negatives I have to say.
I enjoy it. But someone's like, Triple H has nothing to worry about, rent. That whole thing when you talk shit on someone and like, oh, they're renting space in your brain. Oh, I've got inner peace. Whoa, bullshit. I usually don't respond to shit like that, but it was like the perfect fucking response. I take credit for not doing anything on my own. The true McMahon. That's a true McMahon. Think about it. Besides Vince McMahon's father, none of them have done anything on their own.
No.
And yet they have an army of people acting like they're fucking geniuses. What? Matter of fact, I challenge you, WWE marks. Tell me something successful in the McMahon universe that wasn't started by Vince's dad. I'll wait. Tweet me at KocoSports. Go ahead. What was successful that wasn't given to him? Sammy? So, yeah, that's the guy you're fighting for. Way to go. Yeah, defend him with honor. Triple H, why don't you fucking man up? Fucking, why don't you leave, Papa? Hell, no, I'm sorry. Shane McMahon. Hold on. Shane
you mean the best in the world?
Tag team champion of all time. He actually had the balls to go out and do something. Now, granted, how much of it was daddy's money is another thing, but we don't want to nitpick too much. I don't want to get orphan pride into this.
Honestly, even over the other two main events from this show, if somebody was telling me, like, I haven't seen the show, I can only watch one match from the entire Double or Nothing, this is the match I would tell people to go watch.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's match of the night, and it was just amazing. And fun fact, former wrestling promoter, Dustin Rhodes used to be my champion. So I was like, oh. So,
yeah, and if you have ladies, especially, again, I'm gonna keep plugging Mrs. Sinister because we're married now. When it got to the end, he's like, I don't need a partner, I need my older brother. It's very heartfelt.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like if you shed a man tear during that, I ain't gonna say nothing. You know, I won't say a word to you.
So
it was beautiful.
That was probably match of the night. It was
Easily
amazing.
And that's saying something because the next two matches we're about to talk about are phenomenal.
DDP?
DDP came out and took away Brandy, which was funny. And then before the next match, we got something that caught everybody by surprise, is they get the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be to come give this new fucking belt out. And I marked out something fierce. I did what I'm now calling the Sammy Sinister flail, where I try to swing my heads around my head in completely odd manners while my wife frantically dodged them, trying not to get smacked in the face. I'm going, what the fuck?
I love the fact that on Twitter and on Facebook, everyone knew it was Bret Hart, but it was so unbelievable that they still asked, is that Bret Hart?
Yeah. And, you know, and people are like, oh, his promo was bad. Like, A, he was never known as a promo guy. And he stumbled. But you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. He was there. That, I think, more so than you, like, you know, saying fuck you to Vince, which, again, I didn't really like the whole smacking the throne thing. I think they just need to stop acknowledging WWE, honestly.
I think it's going to be hard. And plus,
it's going to be hard.
You know, I am not a big Eric Bischoff guy. But like, you know, like sometimes you don't have to like someone, but then they say something and that key nugget stays in your brain forever.
Yeah.
If you're number two, you bash number one until you're number one. As soon as you're number one, you never mention number two.
Fair.
I believe that. I believe in that. Like, yeah. Dude, I say that shit all the time at work.
More so than that throne, I think Bret being there was the bigger fuck you to WWE.
That was a pretty big fuck you. I mean, it was a lot of them.
And the belt itself, I really like the belt. It's like the perfect love child between the IWGP heavyweight title and the classic NWA title. Like, they came together and had this beautiful diamond-crusted baby boy. And it's a good-looking strap. And I'm going to call it a strap. I'm going to call it a belt.
It reminds me of the IWGP Championship just made of diamonds. They're like, I really like that title. Can we make it out of diamonds? Problem solved. Problem stayed solved.
Really liked it.
It's hard to review this match because it was just awesome. There, you're caught up.
Yeah.
Next, I thought this was a surprise of the night. Like, this is one of those, I knew one of the big guys was going to lose. You know, one of the big elite guys were going to lose. I thought it really was going to be the Young Bucks.
I did too. I was really expecting it to be the Young Bucks. I was expecting the Young Bucks and Kenny to lose. And this match, and I can see it right now, and the Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks match was amazing. It was fantastic. but it is everything that people that like old school Southern professional wrestling, it's everything they hate in a wrestling match. It was so much fun. There was shit that was nonsensical. It was nonstop. They kept going. Fucking Phoenix did something where he was holding on to Nick, kicked Matt in the face, jumped off the ropes, but like did a hurricane run on. He defied physics for a brief moment. It's a fantastic match, but I can see every one of them like they just shat all over professional wrestling. Even when I was on the cruise, by the way, the Jericho cruise, there was a guy behind me after the Young Bucks versus LAX match, which was really good. It was like, did you just watch them shit all over professional wrestling? And I turned around to him and I went, how? Well, that wasn't professional wrestling. How wasn't it? Because they didn't do this, they didn't do this. Was it fun? And everyone around me went, yeah. It's like, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It was fun.
One of those things that like everyone has their own opinion of pro wrestling, hence why more companies are better. You know, because here's the thing, like all these WWE fanboys, if they legit like the WWE product, because I don't think they do. I think a lot of them like feeling superior and WWE's number one, and once AEW's number one, they're just going to jump and be like, oh, I always loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at those people on Twitter. That's what I love being on YouTube. I don't delete shit. Like people will come back and be like, oh, my. Go back 5 years. Guaranteed I still shitting on Jim Ross. Go back 3 years. I was shitting on Jay White. But a lot of you motherfuckers that like Jay White and wash my hands on it. But the thing is, again, I really love the fact that there's two companies. And if you, honestly to God, love the WWE product, I'm not even mad at you. I'm just like, good for you. But we haven't. Like, there was a famous YouTuber, and I apologize for forgetting his name, but he's like, Vince McMahon gave us our childhood. I'm like, no, I was an NWA, WCW, ECW. Vince McMahon killed my childhood. So if you enjoy the WWE product, great. Why can't we have a product that we enjoy?
Yeah.
Why does the fact that we have a product that we enjoy bothers you? Because if that's the case, then you really don't enjoy WWF. If your day is ruined because me and Sammy and fans like him are actually happy, do you actually like your product? Because here's the thing. If me and you watched it and we had the time of our lives and a WWF fanboy said, it's not for me, it doesn't even bother me. Like, well, man, they would be lucky. For the last 17 years, you've been getting the product you want. What is that like? I don't know. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this match, and I don't buy it's not pro wrestling bullshit. And
I agree. If it's in a ring and it's entertaining, it's professional wrestling.
Yeah. And to me, the Young Bucks winning shocked me. I thought for sure Lucha Brothers, especially with the commentary. The commentary, like they at times did a great job, and this is one thing they did a great. I think, all right, I'm a JR hater. I think he improved as the pay-per-view went on. Like, as the pay-per-view went on, he started to find his feet again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So one of the problems I had with last night, and I'm not going to go through every single technical issue because that's things that you can easily work out. There were quite a few technical problems. It's whatever. It happens. Easy fixes. Is the way they built the story between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, it kind of makes the Lucha Brothers look weak. Because they showed this vignette of like, oh, the Young Bucks haven't really wrestled together, and they got some ring rust. They got to build up. But Pentagon and Phoenix have wrestled 48 matches this year. They've won this title, that title, and that title, and they are ready to come in here tonight. It would have taken some storytelling from the announcers to make it seem like the Young Bucks were underdogs, but they just look like they came in there and just beat them flat out, period. Like it just, to me, made Lucha Brothers look a bit weaker. And we're going to make this award on the next Koco Triforce Awards. The wrestler that I love too much, the Okada Award. That's what we're going to call it. Pentagon Jr. is my Okada. I never want him to lose. I feel personally attacked when he does. It ruins my day. So I am completely biased in this. But besides that very minor fucking thing, this was still a great match. It was so much fun.
Yeah, if we did pay-per-view profits, because YouTube were, we and Boom Boom tried to do pay-per-view profits, and YouTube's like, nah, that's not happening. I would have picked Lucha Brothers. Like that that was my lock of the fucking week of the century. But I was wrong. But overall, still enjoyed. Now, a lot of people, I did not watch live, but you know how like the social media sneaks in. You're like, no, stay away, social media, but it sneaks in.
Yeah.
Some people didn't put it over this main event. Maybe it's because the matches before it were so amazing. I enjoyed this fucking main event.
This match was great. It was great.
I thought it was absolutely amazing. And not that, but I am a huge Kenny Omega fan when he's not fighting Okada. I'm going to start saying that against every person I say I'm a fan of. I'm a huge Kenny Omega fan when he's not wrestling Okada.
I love Earthquake when he's not wrestling Okada.
Exactly. Earthquake's one of my favorite big men in all the business when he's not wrestling Okada. But yeah, I thought for sure Kenny should have won this. You know,
I disagree, but
the winner of this goes against Hangman. I enjoyed it. I thought it was, know what it is? I didn't get what I wanted, but the story was so great that it's okay. And on top of that, they didn't give it to some fucking schlub who fucking was chosen because they give the best hand jobs in the back.
Yeah.
They didn't give it to some fucking schlub because they, they're fucking the owner's daughter. They didn't give it to some fucking schlub. They gave it to fucking one of the greatest. And dude, how awesome was Chris Jericho's entrance?
Oh, it was great. I loved it. When I saw the Lionheart thing, I'm like, I'm going to fucking love this.
I love Jericho. You know, if you love Jericho since the Lionheart days.
And I remember, I distinctly remember me and you doing a podcast years ago where you shat on Jericho after he had John Cena on his live podcast after a Raw one night.
Oh, hold on.
No, but it's not, hold on.
For the record.
We can't bring this up. We don't have time.
Chris Jericho, the wrestler. Chris Jericho, the podcaster, I don't listen to. I don't want to tarnish his fucking reputation.
You should. His podcast is amazing.
I
just had Joe Bob Briggs on his podcast.
I don't know. I just get tired of people sucking each other's dick. Like, if I wanted to watch gay porn, I'd go to YouPorn.
And he doesn't, like, his podcast is great. He'll bring on people you've never heard of. He splits it up between wrestlers, paranormal, rock and roll, random fuckers he meets on the street. If you're going to listen to a podcast, honestly, it's worth listening to.
All right, listen. You give me one good show that you think I won't think he's sucking dick on, and I'll give it a chance.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Great, but you got to find a guest, like, because if it's sucking dick and like it's 10 seconds in, I'm out. But I have like an hour because I moved out to the country for Peaches. Anyone who gets that references, we can be best friends. Second,
President of the United States of America.
We're officially best friends.
That's one of my favorite songs in the entire world, by the way.
But I got an hour train ride. I'll listen to Chris Jericho's podcast, but you have to pick one because if it's
here's what I think I'm going to challenge you with. You need to tell the difference between somebody that's just like gushing and slobbing all over someone's knob, and then when he's being a fan of somebody, because we forget that these people are people too. They can be fans. Like
I'm saying when it's like you don't believe that. Like example, let's pick on Jim Ross. I know you're shocked, but when I listen to Jim Ross, he tells us what we want to hear. But his actions throughout his whole life don't go with that. So, like, why should I listen to your podcast? So, I don't know. I'll listen to Jericho because I read all of Jericho's books.
No, they're great.
I'm a fan of Jericho. I'm just not a fan of his podcast. Does that make me not like?
No,
when I unpack, this is a bad time. When I unpack, I have a Y2J fucking ECW replica fucking T-shirt from WWE. All right. I have a Lionheart signed fucking 8x10. Fuck Chris Jericho's podcast. I love you, Chris.
It's worth listening to, but I digress. I think Jericho's
all right.
Probably the greatest of all time in total sincerity. This match, to actually talk about the fucking match again. I don't think it was as good as the first Omega versus Alpha. It was still really, really great. There were some scary bumps.
Yeah.
Again, some bumps that I don't think either of them should be taken. But the story was so fantastically told, and I will challenge you in this. As amazing as I think Kenny Omega is, I think he should have lost because if they're going to set up Paige, Jericho has the chance of making Paige the bigger star than Kenny Omega can.
I agree with everything you're saying. It just hurts.
And then you want to go to the last thing that happened in the night?
I'm not talking about the match, but those table spots
were scary.
The table spot where he's like, I'm gonna outsmart him, and then he drop kicks. And then the table spot is like, oh, he ain't gonna fucking do anything, and he does the fucking flip did he do? Don't come here for comment. Don't come here for play-by-play. And he just fucking crushes his arms. And then he lays across and double stomps him. I just lost my shit. If there's the Sammy Whale, there's the Dave losing his shit. Like, I woke up my girlfriend this morning and be like, honey, Omega killed Jericho. What time is it? I'm like, it's 4 a.m. She's like,
one thing that I saw.
I'm like, yeah.
One thing I saw a lot of people complaining about that I'm actually going to commend them for, even though it came forced, is that one thing the commentary did very, very good. It's two things. A, this company has time limits, and that makes me happy. B, they set it up. They were like, it is the ref's discretion to start the 10 count on the outside. This match, and they did it really well. Like, this match is too important. We have to have a winner to go up against for this title. That is why this ref is being more relaxed on the 10 count. Did it come across as forced? Yeah, I'll agree with that. But it set up the ideology of the company, and I think that was brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. And then those that watch Japanese pro wrestling know that already, you know. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it a lot. Those table spots were amazing. Jericho was amazing. Jericho's heel promo was amazing. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I don't know. Earlier, you asked me if it's better than one. It's different, but it's
it is.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's still great.
Yeah, yeah. But I think it's hard to compare because, like, to me, it's like, oh, we're trying to make a novel. Now we're trying to make a movie. You know, great, but different. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I was shocked that Omega lost. The only thing is, I want to stress this point home. I'm happy Jericho won. Jericho has to beat Page, or the title drops half of his prestige instantly.
I don't agree. I won't say vehemently disagree. I will not agree with you. I think they can put it on Page, and then the people watching this product are going to be cool enough and open enough to go, yeah, that's the guy they like. That's going to be the guy. But here's the caveat I'll give you. It'll put all the pressure on Page that he has to deliver, because if he does not deliver one fucking time in that first reign, get it off of him. Get it off. Put it on somebody that can carry it. So
Don't
he has to
build a lot more.
So what?
Have him lose to Jericho and have a redeeming arc. And the redeeming arc is a great story. And there's also got to be a little bit of a shoot to it. Like, you have to fucking carry the company with great matches.
Yep.
I mean,
and final surprise. And then, go ahead. Go ahead.
I honestly think Page winning is a big mistake.
Fair. I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from. I don't agree, but I understand. And the last big, and then I've got to go after this.
That Boom Boom's favorite wrestler is back. Granted, wasn't WWE, but it was not Boom Boom's favorite wrestler.
I did not like Ambrose. I was excited to see him. It was cool to see Jon Moxley come out there. And even just the way he carried himself and swaggered, you could tell it was a completely different character. And I appreciated that.
Yeah. And I just thought it was amazing. And I love that. I love that Kenny was fighting back. And it was just good.
It was good.
He comes out Stone Cold style almost, and like beats the shit out of everyone. And then Kenny's in a ring, and you know Kenny's the darling. And then they just start brawling. Like, to me, I was like, oh, he's gonna like, I don't know. It's the little things. Like, it's like, oh, he's just gonna hit him with a move. What the fuck does it matter? And then they brawl to the outside and go on top. I know it sounds weird, but that little thing makes the product a million times better.
Agreed.
Like, if he just hits the move on Kenny Omega in the ring, it's like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But the fact that Kenny brawls, they get on top, then do it, then throw him off, you know what I mean? It was like, it reminds me of the Vince McMahon meme where he's just, getting more and more shocked. It's like, here he is. He's beating the shit out of everyone. Kenny Omega's coming back. Oh, they're on top of a giant stack of chips. Oh, he threw him off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
It was fantastic. It was this, and we said a win. I think this is an A, not an A plus yet, but it's an A show for sure. I love it.
I give it an A plus for one reason. Me and you were old school fans that kind of give it up and going, dude, why the fuck do we still do this? and I give it an A+ because both of us got hope from this product.
Yeah.
And that's why I give it an A+. All right, are you staying on for live comments?
Yeah, no, I got to head out. I got to go play scary video games with Mrs. Sinister. So the fun story about that, since we've got married, I've been trying to get her to play a scary game with me, and she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. And we finally played one, and now she can't get enough of them. So I've got to go give her proper Mrs. Sinister time. But I got a better job now, guys, and I am married. That will hurt a little bit. But since I am married and I'm no longer planning the wedding, that's going to give me a little bit more time to do things like this. So hopefully I can jump on here, especially with AEW making me excited and making me want to do a review. I'm not going to lie and say that's one of the reasons I didn't want to do them. I watched WWE. It's like, I don't want to fucking review this. I have no desire to talk about this. I'd watch some New Japan matches, but I didn't watch a whole show. I'm like, yeah, those matches were really fucking good. Or this Impact show was great. I didn't want to talk about it. This refueled my wrestling engine, and that makes me happy.
And we're going to go live comments in a second. But listen, I'm just saying it's science. Jay White loses the title. AEW comes out. You get married. I get a house. AEW saved our lives. There.
That's what it is. It's what it is. AEW saved us. I was in a dark place. AEW.
You know, when you're playing with Miss Sinister, just be like, hey, thank AEW. Praise AEW. Love the AEW.
All right, guys. Peace, love, and hugs, all that good stuff. Stay on Wado. I did the hands, even if you can't see me. I will catch y'all on the flip side.
All right, before you go, I got one quick question, sir.
Quick.
I'm on Twitch, KocoSports. Are you following me? Because it's the most important thing in my life right now.
Is this the Fire Pro Wrestling?
It is Fire Pro Wrestling and sports games.
I have never downloaded Twitch, but I will do it for you, Coco.
All right, and I need 50 followers because then I get to high five people. You know what's sad? I was up to 34, and I took a week off, and one of these unloyal Twitch bastards left.
Oh, the man.
33. Link down.
I will go take his place. I volunteer as tribute.
All right. Sign up for Twitch today. All right. Love you, brother. Comments. All right. Sammy's gone. Let's read some live comments. Duke, I'm going to go through these as fast as possible. I got about an hour, 30 minutes-ish. I don't know. It depends how important my job is. But we're going to go. Luchasaurus. There's a bunch of lists. Lucha Underground guys. Yeah, I'm so happy Lucha Underground guys found homes. What do you think? I made it sound like they were puppies. What do you think of the 24/7 belt? I don't hate it as much as the internet hates it, but it's still bad. Who's the guy with no legs in the Battle Royal? I don't know enough information on that, and I apologize, Wrestling Nuts, for not knowing enough information on that, but I'll look it up. I love this rant. Thanks, Andy Paps. Daniel Price says, I give it a solid B-. It had some rough patches, but it's stuff they can work on. Daniel Price, for some reason, all right, you know what? All right, hold on. We're having technical difficulties because YouTube wants to protect our ears. Where am I at? All right, win big time. Hold on. Jay White. All right, here we go. Somewhere around here. Daniel Price, I don't know why. I want to apologize on behalf of YouTube and politically correct people. They fucking suck. Moxley was executed damned well, and Vince had to be shit himself. Really? That's what you're blocking the world. YouTube, that's what we're blocking now? Shitting themselves? Fucking assholes. Anyway, that's what I want from a new wrestling company. Introducing unfamiliar faces. We don't absolutely have to know everyone who the sign is. That's a good point. I thought about that. That is a good point, dude. Togo. Daniel Price. 2 shots were fired at WWE. 1, Cody Rhodes taking the sledgehammer to Triple H. It's thrown. Ambrose hitting Omega with the AA to close it. Yeah. Sorry, Moxley. Wrestling Nut says, I'm disappointed about 205. Thanks, YouTube. It's cool. Dude. Everyone, please follow me on Twitch. I don't know how much longer I can deal with YouTube. I'm disappointed about 205. They should have put Ricochet in it. They should have saved it, but I guess, yeah, it sucks. WWE passed on the Briscoes. Johnny A said no. They were too ugly for TV. Been there, brother. Been there. This from the company that hired the Bushwhackers. Yeah. All right, hold on. Anti-Bishop. For some reason, they Fucking cut it. I love that even wrestling didn't say it is for me that always should worry. To me, fucking war. Can we just enjoy having mainstream choice again? KocoSports equals voice of reason. Appreciate it. I like wrestling ranting a lot, so. I am Mikey says, what's up, gang? Love you all. Been a minute. AEW is in full effect, and this was epic. Truly got to be lost in the sauce to hate on this show. They have all the tools for success. Pac is still working with AEW. By the way, Dragon Gate is his #1 priority, and AEW and Pac are working on a deal so he can get a run that won't affect Dragon Gate storylines. All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I love Dragon Gate. Heavy J. Paige should turn heel. I don't even wear glasses. I'm like squinting, and I got glasses right here. Paige should turn heel and have Tanahashi and Okada type feud and champ versus the Ace. Possibility, but I don't think he should win it forever. Jericho for the first ever champ, which will lead to eventual Alpha versus Omega 3, which I believe Omega should be the second champ, then Moxley the third during that time. Build your future stars, Paige. See, I like where I am. I agree with Mikey a lot. Moxley versus Pentagon is a feud I'm looking forward to. If they could do a match like Penta versus Vampiro from Lucha Underground Season 1, I agree. How petty do you think WWE will be tomorrow night? I think they'll try to take the high road, but they'll probably be petty backstage. That's my guess. AEW, I believe, will bring back the territories feel. Any promotion that collabs for AEW doing a big favor for the talents. I truly hope ROH New Japan get over their feelings and work with AEW. I agree. All right, it's good. Now, I'm a kind of a noob at wearing glasses. I'm like, oh, I can either be blind or I don't have an air conditioner in this room, and I can just have my glasses steamed up. Hard times, hard times. Angel says, we got AEW now. We need Tommy Dreamer to link up with some billionaire. Hell yeah. From what I saw, AEW had a Monday Nitro done right type feel to it. I agree. AEW Mark says CM Punk will be in Chicago. I hope so. I love CM Punk. I am Mikey. Collab with AEW right now is a big win. ROH help funds AEW's first show, and Kenny's good grace with New Japan can bring this full circle. I agree. The promo poster for All Out 4 has 4 stars, exactly like Punk had on his gear. I guarantee CM Punk will be at All Out. I just hope so. I don't want to make any guarantees, but I hope so. I love the AEW Championship belt. Me too. MJF to Brett. Look out, Brett. There's a fan running to the ring. Oh, yeah. That's a good point, Daniel. I fucking died laughing at that. Line of the night. I agree. That ending to Dustin and Cody was a throwback. All right. You know what? Glasses suck. There, I said it. Like, what's the point of not being blind if you're just going to steam up? Jerk glasses. Anyway, that ending to Dustin versus Cody was a throwback to Dusty asked Dustin to be his partner from Clash of Champions in the early 90s. Yeah. Dude, I miss Clash of Champions. MJF is what EC3 could be if Vince gave him the opportunity. Agree a zillion times. No, MJF is what The Miz wanted to be, but sooner and younger. Us uneducated Southerners love our wrestling, right, Sammy? Oh, shit. Sammy's not here to defend himself. Sammy, I miss TNA EC3. I agree 100%. But TNA fucked up EC3. I actually stopped. I remember, God damn it. I don't want to talk about TNA and EC3 because that's when I just stopped watching. You knew that show would be great. Okada will soon be wearing leather hot pants. Never. Yeah. Oh, God. I am pro pants. Daniel Price, it's not like Southerners never saw gimmick tag matches. Midnight Express versus Road Warriors, Skywalker's match. All right. Daniel Price is really... Where are you at? Where are you at? Playing video games with your wife, huh? You got to defend your honor. Sorry, Mr. Price. Can't defend his honor for him. Maybe another show. Come back. Don wasn't perfect, but still good. If there's it's the first show was a company. I agree. I still count All In. I know I'm not supposed to, but I do. Pentagon should never speak in English. It takes away from the character for me. Yes. Pro wrestling so fake and gay. Pablo Jr. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we just go home? Excuse me, we have a huge announcement. Pablo Jr., the detective of all time, has broken it down. He's figured it out. Pablo Jr., you can't just go around making claims on YouTube. You can't be a conspiracy theorist anymore. They're going to strike down your channel. Pablo Jr., I want to see the facts of why pro wrestling is fake and gay. Can you, Pablo Jr., if you don't, you got to show up. Penta sounds cooler speaking Spanish. Yeah, Moxley versus Omega, take all by money, AEW. Main event was solid. The back elbow attack was pretty weak. Yeah, I kind of agree. Pablo Jr. is not bringing up the facts. Moxley versus Omega for the #1 contender to the AEW title. Jericho's adding that elbow to his arsenal for one reason only. How does Okada set up the Rainmaker with his opponent back to him? Jericho's going to hit that elbow and take the IWGP title. Why you got to hurt me, Mr. Price? Oh, man, I am dying in here. Sorry, I got a cold. I'm trying to make it through this. Moxley versus Havoc is a match I'd like to see. Yeah, you're not a wrestling fan if you're not a JR fan. All right, well, then I'm not a wrestling fan. What do you think of Vice Dark Side of the Ring series? I haven't seen it, but I heard great things. I should definitely see. I like the show, The Dark Side of the Ring. Heavy J says, AEW will force New Japan hand. They will have to work with them. I hope so. Heavy J, they need the 2 to 20 count. I agree. Jericho will be the first champ since he's getting older. I agree. Daniel Price. Bullshit. Paige is good looking, talented kid that would be a good face of the company, a fresh face to truly back up what AEW said about being a change from the status quo. I don't think it will be a change, though. It's just a chosen guy. I don't know. To me, that's more of the same. Here's a chosen guy who's the company who's not the most talented. Like, I think being the most talented in that. So, yeah, to me, being the most talented and most over guy winning the title is the change I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a change of, hey, this guy's young. Yeah, John Cena was young at one time. Randy Orton was young at one time. So, I don't know. I think if you build Paige up through your TV show, yeah. But, yeah, I disagree. It was good. It was Daniel Price retracted a message. It was me, Coco. It was me all along. Just kidding, Hart. How you feel if Nakamura signs with AEW, his contract expires this year? I'd rather have him go to New Japan, but I'm completely fine with this because I'd like to see AEW do what WCW did in its primes. Take guys that they couldn't make stars with because of their WWE stupidity and make stars out of them. And we have some rockin' Japanese. Let's see. To the Google Translated machine. All right. Translate. Boom, boom. Man, I am so tired. Detect language. Perfect. No. Hold on. Give me a second. What's up, man? To the translating machine. To the translating machine. Good. I appreciate it. Much love, brother. All right. What's the best way for these pay-per-views if they want to remove the $50 price? They have to remove this price tag. But I don't know. They sold just as many as a WWB show. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm so hyped for Tuesday Night Dynamite. Me too. Me too. Here's the thing. If people are willing to pay for it, I was shocked that they got so many buys according to the internet. So, yeah, I can't. Heavy J. Let me see. Marcus Ryan, if Nakamura signs with AEW New Japan, Dave will go backflips live on his Let's Play. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of my Let's Play, Coco Plays is the most important thing. And now we have a knife. Thank you, my Japanese friend. Coco Plays is now the most important thing in my life. And it's now on Twitch KocoSports. So twitch.tv/KocoSports. Eventually, I want to figure out how to get the live stuff because this will become a news channel / archive for a live podcast. And our podcast will go on Twitch. And Coco Plays, the YouTube channel, has already become an archive for Twitch KocoSports. Dynamite on TNT. Ha ha ha. Get it? Oh, I get it. I get it. Here's a emoji for you, buddy. Look how cool that is. Pow. There we go. They better get that AC/DC song for the show. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean they have. I'm sorry, I'm dying. I pretend I'm not sick, but I am sick. They better get that AC/DC song for the show. Yeah, I think money's not going to be a problem. Maybe AEW could get some appearances from Will Ospreay. That would be amazing. I don't know. I just hope that New Japan and because I want to see the Golden Lovers get back together. I want to because if on it, in my opinion, if New Japan, Ring of Honor, and AEW work together, there's no way you can say they're not the best company in the world. You know, like so to me it would be amazing. Yeah, so I'm hoping, but I don't know because back in the day, All Japan and a lot of the Japanese big promotions worked with WCW. I mean, dude, back when I was a kid, when I first started getting into Japanese pro wrestling, it was with WCW, and I think 98% it was always All Japan, but maybe it was New Japan sometimes. I don't think it was New Japan, but it was All Japan. And they were doing Tokyo Dome shows and everything. It was amazing. So, yeah. Maybe you can get that feel back to it, and that would be amazing. So, yeah, I'm super excited. All right, I'm going to plug some things, and after I'm done plugging stuff, I'm going to read some live comments, and after I'm done reading some live comments, I'm probably going to play some video games and head to work. We plan on doing a lot more to this show. I got really depressed and had to get my life back together. The whole staff is older, so we had to do a lot of real life stuff. So we're hoping to bring it back. Sammy, me, and Booms will probably be the core. I'm hoping to get Jerry. I'm hoping to maybe bring this to Twitch and then have the archive there with news stories here. And yeah, KocoSports.net. We're going to do something with it eventually. And the most important thing, I wrote a book, Operation Freak Show. It is on Amazon.com. It is about a bunch of vigilantes who put on luchador masks and go around killing pedophiles. I have another book coming out this year, allegedly. And my biggest goal, and now that I have this house, well, probably bigger than this house, was I started my own Twitch. I am in love with it. I know I'm a little late to the party. It's every Monday we play Madden. Well, it will be in a few hours. This is Japan time. Tuesday is the NBA. Wednesday is hockey. Thursday is Okada's Thursday night Twitch Thunder, where we be Okada defending the KocoSports title. And we start on level 1, and you guys request a match, and we go up a level every time we win, down a level every time we lose. And when we run out of time, we try to beat Brock Lesnar on level 10, which level Fridays, we will always play Japanese baseball with Bear Friend as translator. And it's a really cute, fun game. And it's Saturday and Sundays is a free-for-all. I want this to be the year of the nerd to come back. Life has been hard times, but AEW is giving us hope. That, and also now I have my new place and money isn't as big of an issue, so I can be stupid again. All right, so high five for being stupid. Let's go to some live comments. Now, seriously, the most important thing, the link down below, twitch.tv/KocoSports. I need 50 followers. All right? I'll be there in a few hours. AEW should buy ROH, Sinclair. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would definitely do it. You know that, but the pay-per-view, this combines it. If you buy ROH, then you can, and fuck it, buy Impact. Buy TNA, buy ROH. They have very little value, but you get their rosters, you get whatever they fucking have of value, which is barely anything, but you get their libraries. Then you make it all the elite, whatever, the elite universe, and then you go there and you have, and then bow. Are you kidding me? All TNAs, all ROH, all AEW, throw in a couple others, and then you have yourself a great little network. And then that would be amazing. So yeah, I hope that happens. I mean, I'm over exaggerating my dream here, but yeah, because odds all or nothing being the biggest pay per view since it's their first ever pay per view. You think they'd have a big pay per view type like Mania, Starrcade, and Wrestle Kingdom? I think so. They're gonna build up to that, and who knows? All In or All Out might be that, or maybe this is it. I don't know. Where's my Dario 1980s fan club stuff? God damn it, Sammy. Sammy was here earlier, Heavy J. You're right. Listen, I, as a lazy cunt, come up with $1 billion ideas and give it to my friends to run. And that was all Sammy. Sammy was spearheading that. Matter of fact, I am going to copy and paste this with your name, and I am going to put it in the Facebook chat. There we go. And in fact, I'm going to put them on blast because I'm going to put it in the Facebook chat with all of our Facebook friends. There we go. Heavy J, where's my – all right, it's there. He's going to read it eventually, hopefully. All right, I think that's it. I think we're wrapping this bad boy up unless there's some more live comments. All right, that's the way to go out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like, comment, subscribe. But more importantly, we're trying to figure out a way to bring our live show to Twitch, and we're playing video. Hopefully, eventually, we get Revive versus Young Bucks. I agree a zillion times, Marcus Ryan. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Hopefully, it happens. I apologize for being sick, but, you know, I'm going to be healed now that AEW is running. Damn it, I'm late. Hey, sorry, Wrath. But, yeah, if you want, I'll be streaming later tonight. Monday is Madden night, so I'll be streaming some Madden. And we're hoping to do more shows. I don't know if we're going to cover WWE on this channel. I mean, maybe NXT, but mostly we're going to cover AEW and New Japan. At least that's what it seems like. We're trying to re-find our feet, and hopefully you guys come along for the ride. Anyway, did I say like, comment, subscribe? But more importantly, did I say go to twitch.tv, KocoSports, and follow me? Let's see how many guys listened. We had 32. Oh, my God, we lost another follower. Son of a biscuit and cheese. We had 34 since last week. Oh, guys, we're losing followers. This ain't good. This ain't good. Breaking news. Taking a week off, and I lost 2 followers. Damn it. Impact offered to sell to AEW, but AEW turned them down. If they did buy it, they could call it the Elitoverse. Nice. The Elitoverse. I'm there. Heavy J, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Everyone who's ever watched this far, appreciate it. Much love. And we hope to get our lives together. First step, reviewing AEW. Second step, I'm not sure. Third step, billionaires. It's a 3-step plan. Did you follow me on Twitch yet? Did you? Did you? I hope you do. Hey, love you guys. With that, I need to find out where this is. I am over. Hey, ba-dum, bum, bum.